Youth crime. This is a political hot potato that is firing up communities around the nation. Locals left reeling and feeling afraid and unsafe. Today, there are fresh calls for all levels of government to get tougher.
Stronger laws, safer streets! Stronger laws, safer streets!
Kempsey, New South Wales, a community on edge, rising up against what they say is a youth crime wave.
Our community has seen a spike in the level of violence with knife crimes, with machete crime, and our community is not feeling safe in their own homes.
Residents rallying to demand action, calling for tougher bail and sentencing laws.
If you're out on bail and you commit another serious crime, you no longer get bail.
Criminals fanning the flames by flaunting their exploits on social media.
These jobs can't talk on my name, no way, cause NVA ain't never been touched.
It's an issue reflected around the country.
Adult crime, adult time.
Those laws proving a vote winner in last year's Queensland election, despite figures showing youth crime is actually down. In Victoria, though, it's at a 15-year high, while new stats in South Australia today show teen offending has hit record levels over the past 5 years.
We've got an instance of a single 14-year-old committing 131 crimes in a single year. It just seems like it's a case of rinse and repeat for many of these kids.
Those repeat offenders in every state skewing the stats skywards.
Crime by children is a symptom of underlying issues that we're just not addressing. Mental health issues, poverty and family dysfunction, trauma.
The nation's Children's Commissioner scathing of our hardline response.
The younger a child gets involved with the criminal justice system, the more likely they are then to go on to commit more crimes.
But back in Kempsey, locals just want it to stop. 76-year-old pensioner Marilyn Figgett says she's been broken into 17 times and had 20 cars stolen over the past 18 years.
Marilyn has a right to feel safe in her home, as does the whole community.
Marilyn is here to tell us more about her ordeal in Kempsey. Marilyn, this sounds just unbelievable for you. You've been targeted an extraordinary number of times. What's it been like for you?
It's been really, really, really shocking, actually. It's very terrifying. It's such an invasion of your privacy just to know that someone's in your home and taking your possessions, leaning over you with a torch in your face, and you're trying to lie there and pretend that it's not happening, and that if you close your eyes tight enough, they'll go away. It's very, very frightening.
Can you tell us a bit more, Marilyn, about some of those home invasions that you endured? I mean, were you fearful of your life? Is there one particular moment that stayed with you?
There's lots of moments that have stayed with me. Yes, I have feared for my life, and I've been in one side of my house knowing they were in the opposite side, and that any moment they would come up that hallway and I would be a target. On one particular occasion, I was so distressed, I had the phone on the bed next to me, and I heard some drawers pull out the front out here. And when I went to put my hand on the phone to ring, my hand wouldn't move. I was just frozen from head to foot. But I was really lucky because a neighbour had seen my light go out and saw someone go over my fence. So he rang, and the police were there in minutes. They were just marvellous. They just turned up in no time, and they got them. And I went to court with that one.
And when they break in, Marilyn, are they armed?
I've been really lucky. I've never had them armed. I'm not the only person that's had a home invasion. That's happening all the time. And one time they would just come and rob you, but now they carry machetes, they carry axes. They took a steel pole to a person that I know, and 4 of them bashed him with steel poles and I don't know what else. But yes, they are armed now.
It sounds absolutely horrendous. You mentioned the police there and that they came quickly the time that you were able to get them there. Locals, though, are saying that the police are not doing enough and we might have to create vigilante groups. Do you support that idea?
What I'm saying is the police are amazing. I've had the best experience with the police here. It then goes to court and the magistrate's hands are tied because they've got so much protocol to follow that they really can't do very much about it. But the vigilante group, no, I'm not in favour of vigilante groups, because I know in my heart that someone will get killed, and it's going to be some poor person who's just fed up. Either that or it'll be some of these kids. And either way, I don't want to see that happen.
Marilyn, it's such a horrible thing that you're going through there. Thank you very much for sharing your experience.
You're very welcome, and thank you for the opportunity to share.